Getting at that. Okay, let's do a quick recap what we did. First thing we did, we looked at a couple pictures of myself and you guys saw my nice fade, so nothing you gotta worry about there. We went over our financial health stage, all right? Everyone kind of knows where they are financially and what that means for their investing. We highlighted some investment strategies, what works for where you are and what might work for you guys in the future. We touched on what markets that we looked at, what we like about markets, what we didn't like about markets, and how we can evaluate them as well as compare and contrast them together. And then just before the break, we went over the education piece. Now again, we're here, which is part of our education, but I also gave some suggestions and highlights things that you can continue to educate yourself on as you're going forward. Did anyone have any questions over the break? I know I spoke to some people individually. Anyone have any questions over the break that they came up and they want to bring up right now? Obviously not, because nobody wants to put their question out in an open forum, but that's cool. By the way, thank you again, Sash, for coming up there. Guys, give me one more time for my guys. Moving on here, we're gonna kind of go into building your power team. Now, I'm not talking about in the gym, like we're not talking about like powerlifting, we're talking about a power team, because in real estate investing, it's not an individual sport, and I'll be the first one to say, I thought it was. I thought it was like you kind of have to do this thing all by yourself. You have to figure out your financing. You have to figure out how to renovate the property, how to find the property, how to close it. You needed to know all the legal behind it. Relax. It's not like that. As a real estate investor, it's a team sport and you are one member of your power team. So in this step number 5, we're going to talk about building our power team. This stage, we're going to hear a lot from our guests, some who are here and some who've provided videos. So it's going to be great. We're going to dive in here. The first thing we're going to talk about is our deal finder. Now again, wordy slide, I apologize, but wanted to make sure you guys had the value when you downloaded it at home. So your deal finders, they can come in many different ways. It could be yourself, it could be your realtor, it could be a wholesaler, even a bird dog. These are the people who go out into the market, find those deals for you as investors and bring them to your table there. But instead of me kind of going on and on and on, we're going to highlight 2 deal finders that are going to be our special guest speakers. One's a realtor and one is a wholesaler here. So our first video we're going to do, his name's Gary. He's on the podcast, Real Talk with Gary Hibbert. So I'll get that video queued up for you guys here.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Gary Hibbert and I am a real estate agent and owner of a company called Smart Home Choice. And I'm going to give you guys just a high level overview of what I do, how long I've been doing it for, and I really hope it helps you guys, okay? So like I said, Gary Hibbert, I got into real estate investing back in 2008 and the reason why was 2 things. Number 1, there was more month than money at the end of the month, and so I was always in the red. And the other reason was that inflation was outpacing my raise at work. And so the only thing that allowed us to get ahead was the equity in our home. And so we had to refinance a few times. And I started thinking, like, well, what if I owned just one more property? Like, what could that potentially do for me? And so 2008 to 2010, my wife and I, we picked up a few properties and we then decided that we were going to start our own real estate investment club. We knew very little about real estate investment, but we were like, let's be completely transparent. Let's show the success that we're having, and also more importantly, let's show some of the failures that we're having as well too. And so we created this one-stop shop for real estate investors. Now, what's the difference between a wholesaler and a realtor? Well, a wholesaler, they essentially act like the middleman, and they have the authority or the ability to actually assign that contract to a buyer. A realtor now has the ability to list your property on MLS, and they're able to professionally sell or buy your home for their particular buyer that they may have. All right. Now, what are the pros and the cons of using a realtor? I would say that the biggest pro is that they are governed by the Real Estate Council of Ontario, which is RECO. You may have heard that name. And so essentially they owe you privacy, they owe you confidentiality, and fair and ethical treatment. Now the con is this: not all realtors are the same. And so what you want to do is you want to do your due diligence. You want to make sure that you're doing your homework, ask some questions of how long have they been a realtor for, what type of experience do they have, and maybe you can even also ask for some referrals, because that would definitely help. Now, how can we assist? Well, we've been doing this for 14 years. So I've seen a lot of success. I've seen a lot of failure. I've seen what works. I've seen what doesn't work. And we've created that one-stop shop. So from anything that you need, from an accountant, a lawyer, contractor, property management, everything you need to be successful in real estate investing, we've got it. All right. And also too, we've seen multiple conversions, hundreds of conversions. We've seen, successful student rentals. We've seen multifamily. We've seen rent to own. We've done all of these things. And so we've got quite a bit of experience when it comes to real estate investing. Now, what are some tips to finding a realtor? Here's what I would recommend is if you're going to buy a property, or whether it be for your own personal home or if it's for an investment property, what you want is somebody who specializes in that area, right? How long have they been doing it for? And is this their specialty, right? Because that's what really important. And the other thing as well too is that if you're going to buy an investment property, the very first question that I would want to ask them is this: do you have an investment property, right? Because if they don't, well, then they haven't actually gone through that process, and they're now maybe just talking off of theoretical. You want somebody who's in the game, the practical experience, what it's like to go through maybe potentially the landlord and tenant board, and all the other things that come along with real estate investing, okay? What's a recent success story that we've had? One of our clients recently picked up a property, great property in Peterborough. We were going to do a multi-generational conversion on this property, which is just adding this a kitchen in the basement, which gives you higher rents. But what we ended up doing instead was we didn't bother going with that conversion because we were pleasantly surprised at how much you could actually rent out each room for, and it was like $900 plus a room, which is giving them actually more money than we originally had thought. So great success story, and we got a few other investors right now that are in the middle of conversions in some of the cities that we specialize in. If you want to learn more about what I do, what Smart Home Choice is all about, you can go to smarthomechoice.ca, check out all of our events and everything that we have coming up and happening. We got lots of events, tons of stuff happening, property tours, fast start class, you name it. If you want to learn more about me personally and the mentorship program that I have to offer, you can go to garyhibbert.ca. Or if you want to become a realtor, I'm also a partner at a brokerage called Our Neighborhood Realty. Their website is onri.ca. Or if you just want to just kind of see me on social media and kind of follow me and see if you even like me first, right? You can go and check me out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, just Gary Hibbert, and you're definitely going to find me. It should be able to easily pop up. And then the final tip, I think this is an important final tip, is what is the number one hedge against inflation? And I think a lot of people would say that I would say real estate investing. And so I'm going to say that's number two. The number one hedge against inflation and what's happening in the market today is multiple skill sets. So important, all right? Multiple skill sets, which is what I've done over the years, from being a realtor, investing in real estate, started my own company, joining forces with another company, private lending, starting a podcast, getting sponsors. And because I've been able to do all those things, guess what I've been able to do is print money faster than the government. Okay, so number one hedge is multiple skills. Hope that helps. I know I went a little bit longer, but enjoy the rest of the event that Isaiah is putting on. I think he's doing a phenomenal job. Take care.
So Gary did a great job. Again, Gary's a longtime mentor for myself. Again, he's one of the guys I highlighted, Real Talk with Gary. It's his podcast. Gary's actually going to stop by at the end of the day today, so you'll hear a little bit from him personally. But a couple things I just wanted to highlight that he talked about. You want to work with a realtor who's actually in the game. Not going to lie, there's a lot of realtors who go out, they get their license and be like, yes, I can help you buy and sell houses, but they're not in it. Like, they've never owned an investment property. They haven't gone through that troubled tenant. They don't understand construction even at a minimal level. And for us as investors or potential investors, that doesn't really help us. So a couple things there. You want to make sure your realtor is actually in the game, and you want to make sure that realtor has other resources for you. They want to help you find a contractor, help you find a property manager, or even better, just help you with the day-to-day management of that investment property. Now, again, I won't rehash everything he said there, but I hope you found some value there. Any questions there before we move on? No? Okay, that's perfect. Next up, we're going to hear from, again, another deal finder, and this one's going to be from a wholesaler. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. His name's Wade Scotland, and he's the founder of Canadian Choice House Buyer. His paraphernalia as well as marketing materials are back there. He's got a nice little banner up there. I got to get myself one of those. Those look good there. So give me a sec, and I will queue up that video from Wade there.
What's going on, Rookie Workshop? It's your boy Wade Scotland from Canadian Choice House Buyer, and I'm super excited to be here. I hope you're getting so much value from Isaiah and the team that's there today, and I want to tell you guys about wholesaling. Wholesaling has brought me to the next level of life where I never thought I would ever be. I went to school for police foundations. For me, I thought I would live a great life, a very comfortable life, but now it's become something that I can't even imagine. I want to thank Isaiah for having me here today. It's going to be a super awesome event, and I hope you guys are enjoying yourself so far. Canadian Choice House Buyer is one of the top wholesaling companies in Canada already, and it's just amazing how much success we've had, and even in a tough market right now, we are still kicking butt. So I'm super excited, and I can't wait to tell you guys a little bit about wholesaling and what it can do for you and your business going forward. Okay, what kind of services do we provide? We find great deals all over Ontario and a little bit in New Brunswick. And the way we do that is we do it through various marketing strategies like mailers or flyers, bandit signs, Facebook marketing, anything like that, just to get our marketing, our faces out there, our brand out there, and show people that we are fair purchasers and you're always looking for great deals for investors. So I'm excited to bring this to the forefront for you guys. What's the difference between us and a real estate agent? Yeah, it's always a question. I find that a real estate agent, and there's some that actually work for me, and the biggest difference is that they're a great marketer. They're going to take a beautiful home and bring out the highlights in that property and sell it for the greatest dollar that they can for their clients. And that's amazing, guys. That's a great service, and we use it pretty much on every transaction at the end of our transactions. Okay? They're a great service to have. But with a wholesaler, we're looking for houses that need work, have been neglected, and something that we can bring value to. Okay? As I sit down with people in their living rooms and their kitchens, I explain to them. I say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm here today because I want to give you the best offer I can give you for the condition of your home. What I want to do with your home is I want to take it to the next level. I want to bring your home back to when you first purchased it or what you ever wanted it to be. I want a young family to take advantage of it by purchasing it and starting their family life and their future in a home that they can trust and they feel safe in. Okay? Does that sound good for you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? Yes. Perfect. Let's walk around the house and we can talk about a little bit about the property. It's quite a bit of a difference, and we are more investor focused. We're trying to bring as many deals as we possibly can to the forefront. And the way we do it is by getting to know our investors. If, Isaiah likes properties in Timmins, or Isaiah likes property in Whitby, right? I'm going to say, hey, is it a single family home? Is it a duplex? What do you want? Oh, you like single family homes? Great. What condition do they need to be in? What's your budget for renovations? Okay, great. So if I bring this to you, are we going to do a deal? Heck yeah, we're going to do a deal. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to tailor it. There's some investors that are currently working 40 hours a week. I feel sorry for you. But I just love investing. I could do it 24/7 if I could, right? We're there to back you up while you're at work. We're trying to find the best quality deals for you guys and bring it to you on a silver platter so that the day when you do quit the 9 to 5 or you do get into a little bit more investing, it's going to be a little bit easier for you guys. So I think it works hand in hand with investors very, very well. Some pros and cons about buying and selling with a wholesaler. We do take a fee. Okay, so what that does is it does take a little bit of your margin. Okay, but if we're buying correctly, you're not even going to notice. Okay, there's going to be so much meat on that bone on that deal that you're just going to be like, wait, take my money. Take my money. Go buy more houses. Take my money. Let's go. Let's go. I don't see any cons in regards to wholesalers. It just, guys, please be cautious. Like anything else, sit down with your wholesaler, meet them at their office, you know, talk with them a little bit. How many transactions have you done? How many have fell through? What kind of percentages are you getting per deal? You know, like, are you getting 60 cents on the dollar? Are you getting 50 cents on the dollar in regards to the current value? What's your margins like when you're passing it on to these investors? Okay, so ask a lot of questions with your wholesaler, and your wholesaler should be one of your best buds, okay? Because at the end of the day, they're looking out for you. They're the boots on the ground. So what I encourage you guys to do is give me a shout. I'm sure some of my marketing materials flying around there somewhere. So give me a shout and we can talk a little bit more about wholesaling and really get you honed in on what kind of services we offer for new investors. We do offer marketing programs. We do offer full service programs in regards to what I was talking about. While you're at work, I'm finding you deals in your territory. So there's many different options that we can talk about. And I just want to thank Isaiah from the bottom of my heart, man. I really appreciate you. I know you got heavy hitters there kicking some butt today. I wish I could be there. I know you're going to have much more success, man, because you work harder than everybody else, buddy. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and keep crushing it, guys. And I'm really excited for you guys to start your investing career.